joining. Welcome to our Effortless Extraction webinar. My name is Alex, and I work on the new business team here at Receipt Bank. My role is to work with our prospective partners and help direct you to the best solution for your business. So before we get started, I just want to double check that the sound is working. There should be a box to the side of the screen, so you can let me know if you can hear me okay. Type anything, and maybe you can even let me know where you're tuning in from. Jan, can you hear me now? Okay, thanks, Erin. Cool. So guys, thank you for joining me, and everything looks okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So as a member of the new business team, we talk to accountants and bookkeepers all day, day in, day out. So we've heard from you that within the industry, you tend to experience 4 common barriers: lack of visibility into your current workflow, time-consuming manual data entry, poor client relationships, and a range of multiple processes rather than just one succinct process. So because we've gotten so much feedback on these barriers, we want to take the next 15 minutes or so to show you what Receipt Bank has done to help overcome these obstacles and how we can make your daily work both efficient and profitable. So as you can see, we're using GoToWebinar. So that panel to the side of the screen where you just told me whether you can hear me or not can also be used to ask questions throughout this presentation. And if anything pops in your head along the way, feel free to write it there. Keep in mind that we will also have a Q&A portion at the end of the webinar to go through anything we miss along the way. So let's get started with a quick question. We're going to start off, and I'm going to have you guys tell me what accounting software you all are using. So I'm going to launch a poll here, give you guys, again, maybe 60 seconds to really answer everything, talk about the results, and then we're really going to dive in. So you can see our options. We have QBO, we have QB Desktop, Xero. Maybe you're using something else. So again, about 60 seconds or so, feel free to fill in. Nice, guys. I see lots of answers, but still gonna wait just a little bit more. For now, though, I see 80% are on QBO, and I love to hear that. All of us at Receipt Bank love that. We are a cloud-based accounting software. We, of course, integrate directly with QBO. I see 40% are saying QB Desktop, and Receipt Bank Extract now includes QB Desktop. We now can actually work with you guys. We are so excited. I'll talk to you a little bit at the end about what that workflow means. And then I see Xero, 40% for Xero. Obviously, we integrate with you guys too, cloud-based, QBO and Xero. Those are our 2 big ones that we push right over into. And I see 20% other. Would be really curious to see what that other software is. Maybe it's Sage if you're up in Canada, perhaps. But thank you guys for answering. I'm going to go ahead and close the poll. And let's get started. Okay, so what is Receipt Bank? Okay, have you ever heard of Mark Andreessen's article, Software is Eating the World? It is essentially the idea that software is making things better, but also consuming previous methodologies. So for example, Uber is eating taxis, Airbnb is eating hotels, and Amazon Kindle is eating bookstores, all while making their services faster and more successful. Receipt Bank is an example of Mark's philosophy. So essentially, Receipt Bank was born from a problem, which is that dreaded pile of receipts and invoices that you see right there on your screen. And I'm sure this is a very familiar sight for you and your clients. We all know that dreaded shoebox, which is not something any of you look forward to dealing with. That tedious manual data entry that follows is just as daunting, and that doesn't have to be the case. Since 2010, Receipt Bank has developed its data extraction software to solve the basic problem of manual data entry commonly found with bookkeeping, but also makes bookkeeping a scalable and profitable service, and we do this in just one single platform. Something really important to note is that Receipt Bank Extract is not just for accountants and bookkeepers. Receipt Bank Extract is designed to seamlessly work with anyone from an e-commerce business to a large international accounting firm. We have invested an incredible amount of time and money in machine learning and have now ultimately created a specific offering purely for data extraction. Essentially, we want to help you develop a sustainable bookkeeping service and business, and in turn, make it profitable. So this leads me to our case study about Joe Montgomery. Excuse me. He's actually one of our most successful partners, and he came to us last May. And when he initially reached out to us, he was looking for a way to automate processes for his bookkeeping clients. He had the same come-to mentality where he realized that his existing approach just was extremely labor-intensive, and that was causing his entire staff, including his partners, to manually enter data to match their client demand. So Joe knew that it was inefficient to have such valuable resources, his partners, occupied with these tasks, so he turned to us, ReceiptBank. So applying their do or die mentality, they began to use ReceiptBank and QBO within their own practice first. Now, as a result, Danae, the office manager, saved at least 2 hours of time a week internally. And this is in addition to Joe, which adds up to that 16 you see on your screen. And this is because she's no longer chasing paper on the office, and she's all but eliminated their data entry into QBO. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So imagine how much time you could save by implementing this across all of your clients as well. So that being said, with a taste of ReceiptBank and a taste of Joe, what do you want to achieve by using ReceiptBank? Joe's main goal was to become more efficient and lessen the amount of resources dedicated to those labor-intensive tasks. So I do want to take another poll here and ask, what are you guys looking to achieve? Maybe this is one of the reasons you've attended this webinar today. I'm going to launch a few questions. They range from you maybe want to stay ahead of your competition, grow your business, save time. Maybe you're looking for a better work-life balance. I've seen a lot of people say save time and grow my business. Those really go hand in hand. And those really resonate, especially after tax season. I'm sure you guys are just wiped right now. So I'm going to give you guys, again, another 20 seconds or so, and we'll talk about the results. All right, I see about 3 of you guys have voted, so those other few stragglers, get on in there. Okay, let's wrap it up. So you guys are actually all split 3 ways. 33% stay ahead of the competition, 33% grow your business, and 33% work-life balance. For work-life balance, maybe you're really feeling that after tax season, spending all your time in the office. Perhaps you were sleeping under the desk. I sure hope not. But for those who are looking to stay ahead of the competition, that's so valid. There's a million bookkeepers and accountants. What is it that you do that actually makes you different? For those who are looking to grow your business, of course, that makes sense. Why would you, oh, okay, 50% now. Why would you not want to be more profitable? Why would you not want to grow and have more revenue come in? So that all makes sense, and ReceiptBank is really here to get those goals into motion. So thanks for taking some time. Now we've talked about ReceiptBank, you've gotten a taste of it, but let's actually see how we work. So I'm going to start with our submission methods. This is how you get information into ReceiptBank. And I'm going to show you our first and most popular submission method, which is our mobile app. Okay, so let's start with a journey of a receipt. With our mobile experience, your clients are going to be able to do more and more of their bookkeeping and work, all from the comfort of their phone that's sitting right in their pocket. Everyone is on their phone. People are walking on the sidewalk looking at their phone. Everyone is on their phone. This is how easy it is. So, for example, let's say a client went to Whole Foods. They would snap a picture of the receipt. They would put in the description or assign it to a class or location. So for this guy, he's probably going to type client lunch. And then at the bottom, you can see here, it says submit for processing. That's all your client has to do. So once they hit submit for processing, all that data is automatically extracted. ReceiptBank has invested so much time and money into machine learning we have perfected our OCR technology. We actually have the highest accuracy in the entire industry. So like I said, the mobile app is actually our most popular submission method, and to put a number to it, about 80% of all submission methods come through the app. But sometimes you have suppliers who come through email. So for example, Amazon, you always get an Amazon email. Uber is like that. Maybe your electricity provider is like that as well. Within Receipt Bank, what we'll do is we'll assign each client or a user under that client a specific receiptbank.me email address, which can be used to send any invoices from any supplier. We can also take it one step further. So let's say you have that electricity provider, a phone service provider. Instead of sending it to you and then you forwarding it to Receipt Bank, we can actually set it up so that that service provider sends it directly into the receiptbank.me email address. You don't even have to touch it. And that's the definition of automation right there. So one thing I do want to note as well is that once your items are submitted, we run on a maximum 6-hour turnaround time. We're actually sitting on a current average of just 90 minutes, which is pretty amazing if you ask me. And then all of these items appear in their specific client inbox. So this is really step one of Receipt Bank. This is how we capture information and get it in. But now let's take a look at what Receipt Bank really looks like. Oh man. Guys, I'm so sorry. Let's pull this up quickly because for me, this is important to actually show you all. One second, I'm just gonna stop sharing my screen. Okay. Guys, so sorry about that current hiccup. Is everyone back on the same page? Can you all see this right here? The reason I want to take some time to really show this to you is because it's important to see where your information goes. So again, we've seen the submission methods, we see how it gets in, but where is it organized? This is your dashboard. This is you, the accountant or bookkeeper, coming in, getting real-time visibility, getting client efficiency matrix to see missing paperwork or how many people are using the mobile app. This client delay feature shows you, okay, this person's holding on to their receipts for 24 days. Is that really efficient? That really provides an opportunity to lose those receipts. Over here, you can see some outstanding bookkeeping. So telling you exactly how long each client is going to take. So this is worst case scenario. Lionel's Lemon Farm might take 20 minutes. These other guys are going to be really, really fast. And we also have an opportunity here for unreconciled items. We can talk about that a bit more over the phone, but do want to show you guys really what this means. But going back, we got the receipt in. But let's actually click into a client account. So we're going to click into Lion's Lemon Farm. So here are all his receipts. This is where that Whole Foods receipt is actually going to push into. This is kind of like a Gmail inbox, so to say. And again, this is all to grant you visibility into your current workflow. Now, what you would do to really cut down that time on bookkeeping is actually go through here on the category, assign it to whatever the code needs to be, and then you get to either hit publish or make it one step easier, select all of these and then hit publish. So again, instead of having to manually code everything, it really is just a couple steps here. But let's take you into the actual receipt. So this is a teeny one here, but you can see that on the left-hand side, the original image will always be shown in Receipt Bank. We actually store all of these images for a minimum of 7 years up here in the archive, which I can touch on later. But we extract all this information. This is part of our OCR technology, and we fill it in the fields to the right. So date, supplier, tax, currency by default. We'll also extract the invoice number where applicable. And this really makes coding go by so much quicker. So instead of having to manually upload something, go through and code, then hit publish, I mean, really, this is just cutting down on time. So that being said, I'm going to take another poll and see how many clients would really benefit from using Receipt Bank. we've talked about really how we've come to fruition, and now we've talked about where the information goes and how it gets in. So that being said, does this make sense for your clients? Let me launch a quick poll. We have a few options here. We have less than or equal to 5, 5 to 15, and 15 plus. So take your time, fill it out, give you guys about 30 seconds or so, and then we'll move on. Okay. Well, thank you guys for all responding so quickly. It looks like about 60% say less than or equal to 5, and that's really all that matters. I have been working with a lot of people, you know who you are, who's on this webinar right now, who might only have 2 clients. But what's really important is that you may have 2 now, but what happens when you actually have more time to take on more? What's that going to mean revenue-wise? We're going to talk about that bookkeeping ratio in just a bit, but do want to address the 40% who answered that you have 15 or more clients that would benefit. That's amazing to hear, and I think your wheels are probably already turning to see again, how many you could take on in addition to those current clients, excuse me. So thanks guys for voting. And let's actually talk about that bookkeeping ratio. This is something that we always are chatting about over here at Receipt Bank. So at Receipt Bank, again, we're always chatting about this ratio. This is how many clients a single bookkeeper can handle. And typically when bookkeepers come to us, they're here at that 1 to 10 ratio, right? That's really the industry average. However, once more automation is put into place, we've actually seen our partners grow that ratio. So the point we want to drive home is that Receipt Bank is designed to save you time. What used to take 10 hours might only take 30 minutes. And again, what would you do with that time? Would you take on more bookkeeping clients to increase your revenue? Would you take vacation? So right now, let me pull up our third polling question. You know what, I'll save that one for the end. I feel like you guys have been bugged enough with it. But to go back, the idea here is to really double and triple your current ratio. So one of our most successful partners, who's based out of the Netherlands, is currently enjoying a bookkeeping ratio of 1 to 50. Where a small handful of clients are used to those balanced overheads and the remainder being purely for profit. So if you think about this metric in terms of revenue, each member of your team has a certain capacity of work that they can manage, and this relates directly to the amount of revenue coming in for each one. So by automating this tedious manual entry side of things, this capacity grows, so in turn, revenue grows as well. So imagine what that could mean for you. Now we've talked about Receipt Bank Extract and how this all fits together, but this is actually a process and a journey, and we have our partner program to get you through that. Now our partner program really encompasses 3 main tiers. Number 1, fixed cost, which I'm going to go into in a little bit. This is one of our exciting updates. And then, of course, account management and training and support. So obviously, with account management, customer service is so important to us. We want to make sure that we help guide you through your journey with Receipt Bank. This is a process. This is going to really change how you do your bookkeeping. We don't want to just give you the tool and say, see you later. We actually are here to handhold and really help this be efficient and seamless. We also, of course, have training. Granted, this tool is very intuitive. The training is essentially 5 minutes. You can go ahead and get started. But if you are nervous, we have videos. We have, again, those account managers. We have staff who are trained and confident in using Receipt Bank that can help you. We also offer 24-hour support. So we will work with you to create a foundation to scale up from there. I think what you guys are probably most interested in, though, is cost. So after taking a look at everything, I'm sure that you're wondering, what does a fixed fee really mean? So to give you some background, and these are all good things, I assure you, we've been reviewing how Receipt Bank prices, and we've surveyed our partners, and the feedback we got is that pricing in tiers is really frustrating. We've been working with consultants to best price our product, and we've actually employed, like I said earlier, 12 people in the development team to focus on machine learning and to focus on coding to perfect our data extraction. So all of this coming into play, we've moved towards a flat fixed fee for firms as a whole. And this allows for our partners to have unlimited clients and unlimited submissions starting at $250 US and $300 if you're in Canada. So the goal in mind is that the more clients you add, the more efficient and profitable you become. And this is all while lowering your invoice. So maybe you start at, 5 clients. What happens when you grow to 10 clients? What happens when you go to 25? That cost is just decreasing and decreasing and decreasing. For those of you that already have 15 plus, this has already been just a matter of dollars to you guys. So this brings me to my last polling question, which I promised I'd save for you guys later, which is, are you ready to move forward? So what is the next step for you? We have a range of options here, and they vary from, I'm ready to get started, call me today, and maybe you're just interested in more information, have some questions, we can absolutely help with that, please. We'll give you a call. And then if you're not ready, that's perfectly fine. We want to be educators over here. This is the entire purpose of running this webinar. So again, going to give you guys some time to vote, and then I will address the results. We've got 80% who voted, so I'm going to wait for that last little bit, and then we're going to address everything. Yes, Cedric, the pricing is monthly, so this is a monthly fixed fee. So again, $250 per month, US, $300 per month Canadian. Unlimited buffet style, unlimited clients, unlimited submissions. Great question. So still some stragglers, but right now I see that 75% are interested in more information. Please call. So either myself or a fellow new business colleague will be sure to reach out. Her name's actually Alicia, so look out for her if you don't hear from me, Alex. But let's take some time to actually address these questions. So Cedric, great question. Jan, I'm so sorry you kept losing me in and out of the webinar. Hopefully you asked for some more information, and I'll be sure to address anything that you didn't hear. And then Alicia, I see you're asking, how does a client access their receipts if needed? You, of course, yes, have access to your dashboard, but she's asking, can clients access all their receipts without my interaction? So the answer is yes. This is the point of an app. So the app is going to have all that past history of the receipts submitted. You, of course, are going to have that dashboard, but your client is essentially going to be able to pull up the app, scroll back down, see what they submitted a week ago, a month ago, 2 months ago, whatever the case is. So that's a really good question. The purpose though, Alicia, is that you have the visibility, that you have this dashboard. You're the one really doing the heavy lifting here. So we want to make sure that it's done with ease. Great questions though, guys. Any other ones before I close out the webinar? Okay. Well, guys, thank you very much for attending. I really appreciate it, especially on a Friday. Not sure where you guys are, but we're located in DC. It is about 85 degrees and sunny. So really just in great spirits. So happy to see that you guys are interested in learning more. I will be sure to reach out, and enjoy the rest of your Friday and have a great day. Thanks, guys.